finally today I want to close out this series with this idea of continuing in the training. I don't think it would be good enough for us just to say in this series, hey, be godly. You can do it. All right? Now go and be godly. But it wasn't enough even for Paul. Because when Paul was talking about this, he even wrote one of his dearest assistants, a person who was under him. His name was Timothy, younger than him. And he wrote him, and he was talking about how, yeah, you're getting it, Timothy, you're getting it. But here's the thing. Continue in your godliness. And you got to keep it going, continue in that. And Timothy was a younger guy, and I can just imagine that Timothy was a guy who probably was fit, He was maybe a guy who played a lot of games, whatever, chariot racing, whatever they did, throw the stone frisbee. What if we threw a stone frisbee? That would be awesome, You'd have some serious biceps. But, Timothy probably was this, I envision him as this, strappy lad. He's just pumped up and everything else. And Paul, he illustrates this idea of godliness with being physically fit, and how those two can have a connection together. About a year ago, Christy and I started this really new program. You guys really haven't heard of it. It's called P90X. And this is about a year ago. And I tell you what, man, there is some crazy stuff in P90X. And Joel can vouch for this. There's some crazy stuff. And there's this guy in the video. We were all pumped. Matter of fact, I bought it off Craigslist and met a guy at a Quick Trip, and bought it wasn't a bootleg copy. I don't think the sticker was not coming off on the DVD. But we played it, and we're like, and there's this just crazy fool guy on there. His name's Tony Horton, and he's like, man, get with it, And so Christian and I are just going up to our upstairs, putting it on the TV, just kind of slugging in or whatever. We're like, all right, this is cool, and stretching out or whatever else. And I got to looking at this guy rocked our world. I'm like, oh my gosh. He had us doing the craziest moves. If you've ever seen it, watch the little infomercial. You're doing crazy arm stuff. You're doing frog jumps. You're like, woo, doing the weird things that made it hurt in places that, after the 2 days, I was like, oh my gosh, this is killing me, But after a while, I started feeling like this is good stuff. I'm doing better now. I can feel this whole idea of being fit and doing this program is starting to pay off. I was getting really excited about where this was going. But I could also feel my body. I could see it slightly, moving back into this shape. And I'm like, man, this is good, awesome stuff. And I thought, man, this is going to make me real fit. Isn't that a great story that we did that, No, it's not. Because Christy got pregnant. Okay, this was a week after we started P90X. Okay? And I lost my workout partner. Christy gets pregnant. I guess she thought that pregnant women shouldn't be doing frog jumps. All right? And I thought, oh, seriously, we're going to stop? We just started. She's been wanting to do it forever. And I thought, okay, well, gosh, I guess that's my workout partner, so we had to stop, And poor Christy, she got really fat. It was, you should have seen her. It was woo, getting real big. And I was like, you should have really stayed on the P90X. And, okay, by the way, for those, I got to tell you this. I had to call her and tell her, can I at least tell that story about you getting fat? And she's like, sure, go ahead. So, thanks, babe.